News Live this morning, the 9th of February 2026. As usual, we flag off with our top stories. As preparations intensify across Cameroon in view of the celebration of the 60th anniversary of the National Youth Day, expectations are high among the youth as they patiently await President Paul Biya's State of the Nation's address this Tuesday, February 10, 2026, a tradition the head of state has always respected. And also in this edition, the importance of technical and vocational education in Cameroon has been highlighted by students in Tuba Subdivision, Northwest region of Cameroon. During the official launch of 11 February activities, the students described technical and vocational education as the way out for the youth. These are the stories that will lead us on tonight's newscast. Details of this and more right ahead. Thank you for joining us on this rendezvous of information. My name is Fabrice Ketinga for joining us on this rendezvous of information. My name is Fabrice Ketinga for presentation. And the rhythm of the 60th anniversary of Cameroon's National Youth Day is on across the national territory. In Yaoundé, the youth village set up at the National Museum has been drawing strong interest from students and young visitors. This village offers practical discoveries, career talks and interactive exhibitions as activities takes place till the 11th of February. Our reporters Micheline Bilowa and Lucien Bala were at the Games Village today.
Since opening earlier this month on February 1st, 2026, the Youth Village has been receiving student groups from several schools who came to explore exhibition stands, attend conferences and interact with professionals from different sectors. The initiative is part of activities marking the 60th Youth Day and focuses on youth orientation and empowerment. Participants say the visits are helping them better understand career options, public institutions, and development opportunities available to young people.
I find this place very interesting because there are different things, even in history and sciences. So this place is very important for us.
I discovered so many things. I acquired more knowledge when coming here.
The environment is cool. We have many activities, but the activities that I preferred today was the conference about planes.
Students also highlighted the interactive format of these sessions, saying the direct exchanges and demonstrations made the experience more engaging than traditional classroom guidance. Organizers say the objective is to turn Youth Day into a platform of exposure and preparation, not just commemoration, with activities continuing at the site until February 11th.
Still talking about the National Youth Day in Cameroon, the importance of technical and vocational education has been highlighted in today's society. This was during the official launch of activities leading to the 11th of February, that is in Tuba Subdivision, Mesam Division in the Northwest region of Cameroon. The students reiterated that technical and vocational education remains the way out for Cameroon, as we hear in the following report.
The official launch of activities took place late last week, bringing together students from various educational institutions, youth groups, and administrative authorities from Tuba Subdivision. The event marked the beginning of a series of activities aimed at mobilizing young people ahead of the national celebration. During the launch, students highlighted the growing importance of technical and vocational education, describing it as a practical pathway to employment, self-reliance, and sustainable development.
The world and the society is made up of engineers. If you send your children to a technical school, they will grow up and they will have the ideology and the mentality of obtaining skills and knowledge from a technical school.
Going to school is a good thing, and also to learn a trade is a good thing that will help you in life. So what I have for the others is that I encourage them that they should go on with their studies and they should have that bonus in them that they can learn something.
I'm doing elect and I want to pass this message to other young girls out there. It's not like grammar school is like for girls and technical is for boys. You can still do technical education and be perfect.
Administrative authorities use the occasion to remind young people of their role in nation building, urging them to embrace discipline, innovation and civic responsibility. Particular emphasis was placed on the need for youths to align their ambitions with available opportunities, especially in technical fields. The activities were supervised by the Divisional Officer of Tuba Subdivision, who commended the level of mobilization and encouraged students to actively participate in all program events leading up to the 11th of February celebration.
Parents should believe in our educational system. There are challenges nevertheless, but within the available means we were able to school these children for last academic year to the point of having 100% in over 3 schools, and we want to beckon on them to give these youths a chance to be able to witness such activities just like their peers of other towns who every year without fear or without resentment or any other hindrance come together as youths to live the 11th February.
The 11th of February 2026 will be celebrated under the theme Youth at the Heart of Great Hopes for a United, Stable and Prosperous Cameroon.
Before we get to tell you about the expectations of the Cameroonian youth ahead of President Paul Biya's speech tomorrow, let's take you back to the games or to the National Museum, which has been hosting several activities for young people. As we earlier indicated, Micheline Bilowa and Lucien Bala, they were at the Games Village today, and they say this year's activities are ongoing beyond celebration, and it is offering practical learning, career discovery, and civic awareness as the program runs the 11th of February.
Launched on February 1st as part of activities marking the 60th Youth Day celebrations, the Youth Village has served as a learning and exchange platform for hundreds of young people. Schools and youth groups visited exhibition stands, attended conferences, and interacted with professionals from several sectors. One of the highlights was a career conference on airport and aviation services, where students discovered the diversity of airport infrastructure across the country, including facilities not only in the capital.
I learned different airports in Cameroon. I knew others, but others I did not know. So when coming here, I have learned so many things, such as the airports found in Boya and etc.
I discovered that in aeronautic there are many branches, because all students, we think aeronautic is just dealing with planes, only planes, whereas behind those planes there are much other jobs or opportunities.
Participants say the visit helped them better understand training paths and professional opportunities, while also exposing them to innovation and civic education teams.
We had a visit around this area, and after that we had a small organization called the YAPA organization, which taught us a lot of things today. Like, this organization is very important, very interesting, because it orientates students on what their life, their vision. It tells them how to choose the path to follow, because students, we are very ignorant about things that are happening. We don't know, we only choose branches. Like, I want to be a medical doctor, we don't know how to do the research, how to go about being the medical doctor. You finish at the end of the day, you don't have something to do. So this organization is very important. It orientates students, guides you towards your goal, and make you to understand that there are different things. You don't only limit yourself in school, but you go through other organizations, other things that can help you progress in life.
The Youth Village was designed as a space for orientation, dialogue and inspiration, giving young people practical tools as they reflect on their role in national development.
We stay in Youth Day activities, where as part of activities marking the 60th anniversary of the National Youth Day to be celebrated on the 11th of February 2026. That is, some 60 fruit trees have been planted in Bamuso subdivision, Jian division in the southwest region. The initiative, spearheaded by non-governmental organization Build and Sam, combines youth empowerment with environmental protection in coastal community whose survival is closely linked to the marine ecosystem. We have details up next.
I will plant my trees and take care of my trees.
60 fruit trees have been planted in Bamoso, Njian Division in the southwest region as part of activities to commemorate the 60th anniversary of Cameroon's National Youth Day, in line with the Ministry of Youth Affairs policy, encouraging tree planting as part of this year's celebration. This initiative responds to urgent environmental challenges. Climate change and plastic waste pollution remain among the biggest threats facing the world today, and Bamoso sits at a critical crossroads with its survival closely tied to the health of the marine ecosystem.
We are not planting the tree, we give them the trees because the trees belongs to the community. That is why you see each and every student is planting their own trees, because they will be the ones to take care of. Of course, they serve as carbon sequestration, they serve as fruits, they will serve as nutrition for them, serve as shelter for the community as a whole. We want to see that every young person be able to plant the trees in their community.
The trees planted are expected to serve multiple purposes, acting as carbon sinks, providing nutritional benefits to the community, offering shelter, and protecting the coastline from erosion, amongst others.
Trees are the store of oxygen store. So trees are good in the environment. That's why the trees give us the oxygen we take in, and we send it carbon dioxide the trees use. These very trees, we shall use them. You eat the fruits, you even sell them.
In addition, the community was educated on the effects of plastic waste on the marine environment. Participants were trained on how to collect plastic waste from the marine ecosystem and recycle it. This initiative, which is the brainchild of non-governmental organization Build and Sam, highlights the role of youth-led actions in environmental protection and sustainable development.
In Boya, chief town of the southwest region of Cameroon, the Junior Chamber International JCI Boya has officially launched its 2026 plan of action at the Boya Council Hall, reaffirming its commitment to youth empowerment, leadership and development, and the community service. This follows the installation of a new executive to steer the organization's activities for the year ahead. Details.
The Junior Chamber International JCI Boya Summit has officially launched its 2026 plan of action during a ceremony held at the Boya Council Hall recently, underscoring the organization's continued commitment to youth empowerment and community development.
We as JCI Cameroon are expecting to see by the end of the year more leaders, more members, concrete impact created within the community, impact created beyond even Boya, because we have national events, we have international events, and we want to see JCI Boya Summit projects being awarded during our international events and even at the national one.
The event marked a major highlight with the installation of Vanessa Enangatekang as the new president of JCI Boya chapter.
Most of my one-on-one encounter with youth, many a time they always complain of unemployment, which to me there's nothing as unemployment in Cameroon. Cameroon has a lot of job opportunities. And JCI Boya Summit is promising to stand the gap to bring out most of this information to the public. We are going to do the work of going to these offices, visiting their dashboards, and making daily posts or weekly posts. So I'm going to advise to follow our official Facebook page, which is JCI Boya Summit. There we are going to be updating all the information we will be getting from each of these offices.
In her acceptance speech, President Takang pledged to uphold the core values of the organization and rule out innovative projects aimed at improving the lives of young people and contributing meaningfully to community growth.
It's a very great privilege to have grown through JCI. Through my journey with JCI, I had this privilege of community engagement, where we were able to do cleanup, tree planting, health sensitization, and health outreach in hospitals. So it gave us the opportunity to be human, as to say, service to humanity is a great work of life.
Addressing the gathering, JCI Cameroon National President Orlie Majo encouraged young people to embrace the JCI platform, describing it as a unique space for leadership, development, entrepreneurship, networking, and impactful community service.
And now, as we told you a while ago, tomorrow, the 10th of February 2026, President Paul Biya will deliver his traditional speech to young Cameroonians, which comes a day before the celebration of the 11th of February. Our reporters Jackie Nyebele took to the streets of Yaoundé, and they found out from Cameroonians youth their expectation ahead of tomorrow's speech.
Tomorrow, President Paul Biya is set to address the nation as he has often done, with a special focus on the youth. As the current septennate is dedicated to young people and women, expectations are high. On the ground in Yaoundé, voices of the nation's youth reveal their hopes and aspirations for this important speech.
Well, the head of state made promises regarding the future, especially for young people and women. We are still waiting for him to follow through on his words. In fact, in my opinion, things are not going as he said, but the other day, we are still hoping that he will do it.
Many young Cameroonians feel that access to decent employment is crucial for their future. They see this speech as a chance to push for concrete action.
Personally, I have only one expectation, which is to finally know what the new government he promised will look like. Since he spoke of the days to come, those 7 days to come, it is not tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. It is currently the main expectation of young people. First,
for students and teachers alike, enhancing skills and learning opportunities is a top priority. They hope the president will highlight new initiatives in education. Young people are eager to have their voices heard and play an active role in shaping national policies. Their involvement is seen as essential for Cameroon's progress. As Cameroons await President Biya's address, the voices of the youth reflect both hope and determination. Their expectations underline the crucial role that young people will play in shaping the nation's future and the wait for a message that promises to inspire action and unity.
Jackie will stay with you because Africa is taking bold steps towards a sustainable future. From Yaoundé, where leaders and experts are shaping the continent's water and sanitation agenda, to other critical developments affecting health, innovation, and growth as the 23rd Congress of African Water and Sanitation Association kicks off today in Yaoundé. Jackie Nyebele once more.
The African and Sanitation Association is hosting its 23rd Congress at the Yaoundé Conference Center under the theme Water and Sanitation for All, Strong Actions for Africa. The event brings together key stakeholders from across the continent to examine challenges and accelerate solutions in the water and sanitation sector. The official opening ceremony was presided over by the Minister of Water Resources and Energy, Gaston Elundu Esomba, representing the head of state, President Paul Biya. In his address, the minister underscored Cameroon's commitment to improving access to clean water and sanitation while calling for stronger cooperation among African countries to meet growing population and climate-related challenges. For 5 days, the Yaoundé Conference Center will host high-level discussions, technical sessions, and political dialogues focusing on sustainable water management, sanitation services, climate resilience, and innovation. More than 3,000 participants, including policymakers, experts, development partners, and private sector actors, are expected to take part in the Congress. Organizers say the forum provides a strategic platform for sharing best practices, strengthening partnerships, and mobilizing the resources needed to ensure universal access to safe water and sanitation across Africa. Particular attention is being placed on urban and rural disparities, financing mechanisms, and the integration of new technologies. The Congress also highlights the link between water, sanitation, public health, and sustainable development, especially in the face of climate change and rapid urbanization. As deliberations continue in Yaoundé, participants are hopeful that the Congress will translate discussion into concrete actions, reinforcing Africa's collective resolve to make water and sanitation accessible to all.
On to some church news. The Metropolitan Archbishop of Yaoundé, Monseigneur Jean Mbarga, yesterday was in Semignon to consecrate the St. Charles Parish. He was greeted by a faithful jubilant of the Catholic Church in Semignon. Jackie Nyebele followed that event and put together the following report.
Simeon witnessed a momentous occasion as the Archbishop Jean Barga, Metropolitan Archbishop of Yaoundé, was warmly welcomed by the faithful who greeted him with joyful songs. The highlights of his visit was the consecration of the St. Charles Borromeo Parish. During the Eucharistic celebration, attended by a large gathering of parishioners, the parish priest expressed his deep satisfaction at this historic milestone for the community. Drawing his inspiration from the Gospel of St. Matthew, Archbishop Barga encouraged the faithful to transform the church into a true spiritual home, a place where God's children gather in unity and prayer.
We celebrate today. There is a long time that this Christianity has wanted to build this church for the Lord. And finally, we are there. And we thank God for that. It's a symbol of universality. The meaning of the Simeon, that means the earth of the nations. So we are proud today to consecrate this church and to open our city here to the universal dimension.
Thank you very much. For parishioners, this consecration represents more than a ceremonial act. It is a profound moment that strengthens their faith and reinforces the bonds of community. The newly consecrated church now stands as a central place of worship, reflection, and communal unity.
Let's now take you out of Cameroon, where tensions continued mounting as Ethiopia and Eritrea intensify verbal confrontation, raising regional stability concern. And elsewhere, Tanzania has reopened the Kariakoo, East Africa's largest market, after safety renovations and inspections. We have a compilation of the foreign news roundup with Michelin Bilowa.
The war of words between Ethiopia and Eritrea is intensifying, with both officials from both countries exchanging sharp accusations over security and regional stability. Statements from Addis Ababa and Asmara reflect growing diplomatic tension, raising concerns among regional observers about the risk of renewed confrontation. Both governments accused each other of hostile intent, while analysts warn that the escalating rhetoric will undermine fragile Horn of Africa's stability, if not contained through dialogue. In Tanzania, the famous Kariakoo market in Dar es Salaam, considered the largest commercial market in East Africa, has officially reopened after closure due to safety and infrastructure concerns. Authorities say rehabilitation and safety checks were carried out before traders were allowed back. The reopening is a major relief for thousands of vendors and wholesalers, as Kariakoo plays a central role in the regional trade and urban food supply chains. The FIFA World Cup 2026 Trophy 2 has made a stop in Algeria after visiting Morocco as part of its global